Hi, this is Danny Rams from Maverick Spirit Astrology, and I'm going to get into interceptions with Pisces and Virgo in your natal chart. Also, during our time frames, when we don't have a Pisces or a Virgo, where it's intercepted throughout the day. This does happen at least once a day, from my knowledge. So, first we're going to discuss interceptions to specifically Pisces, and then later for the Virgo new moon in September or August, I think it's in September, we're going to discuss more of the Virgo side to that interception. But for now, for the new moon in Pisces coming up on the 13th, I want to discuss the interception specifically to Pisces and what it basically means. Now, your interception will depend on what house it's in or what's being affected, even down to the degree. Because if it's like it starts at a 29-degree Aries and it goes into Aquarius and it's encapsulating that Pisces, what that means for you is that you're going to have a type of a feeling where it's Aries and Aquarius, but you might not feel that spiritual side to you. The new moon in Pisces is going to be talked about after this segment of the interception. So someone who has a interception to Pisces is someone who needs to understand spirit through logical thinking and through the community. There are energy blockages with spirit because they don't seek the solitude in praying by themselves. We are only looking at Pisces interception right now, okay? So at this moment for the new moon, we're going to understand that the interception will feel like a day-to-day and a night-to-night ritual. Someone who may not be able to keep up with the day-to-day routines of the calendar and keep up with a regular life per se, like waking up just to go to work and then coming home, making dinner, going back to bed, and starting that ritual over again. Someone who has an interception to Pisces has a big problem with that being their day to day. They like that mystery, but they might not, with an interception, they might actually lack the knowledge of having a mystery behind it. So the Virgo is a perfectionist and Pisces is the abstract. Okay? There is a little bit of a disorganization with this person where they can't really organize their entire house may feel like it's disorganized. So if it's in your second house, your first house, whatever house it lies in for you, there's a little bit of a disorganization there. You may be rebels against social norms per se because society and what society has. You may not actually be able to see social prejudices, even if you are of a different culture that is being somewhat suppressed. You may see it as like it's not, you may see it as a personal issue versus a cultural issue that the collective is going through. So Pisces is square to the mind and spirit planner. This is logical, and this is the teacher, the thinkers. Okay, so the logical and the philosophy thought processes that go behind these signs are squared to them. So you may actually be a teacher or of higher education or someone who is able to work with children on a bigger understanding of logical thinking. The interception to Pisces is a part of themselves that doesn't understand their spiritual needs being met. They can't logically think of the reason to do so. So they can't think of an actual reason to like go within or to understand that thought process that comes behind anything. Like everything has to be a process. Everything has to be logical. The aspects that they work on and how to put them together and knowing how to make achievements. So again, like I said, you may have a higher degree in school. You may be a teacher. You may be someone that has a degree and you don't work in that field that you have the degree in because you're just like, I just got the degree because that's what Earth wants me to do. They may feel more pulled to doing mind building or to do more of the spirit work. But again, this is like a following. You're not doing what you want to do. You're doing what they tell you you should do, or how you feel they need to include you. So also with including, this is technology and or spiritual work again, but someone who does spiritual work or technology work, you're doing it on a way, again, that is of the societal norm. Like, you're not going in a different direction. You believe your processes are like, I'm going to go in with this way, and that's all I'm going to do because that's what they told me to do. That's how I learned it. You don't go against the rules. You may find, okay, so there's the quincunx to the spirit builder and mind boss. So you don't know how to find yourself without creating partnerships in a structural relationship with God. What that means is you seek out that church-like, again, it's like it's in a actual feeling that you're actually going to be someone who needs that structure, and you're going to find it in people, or you're going to find it within actual structures like a church or a learning facility, college, etc., etc. Someone who is prone to structural religion, more of a follower than a leader. You don't find yourself as a leader doing the work of a spiritual leader, because the way that you work through energy blockages is you actually you literally do as people say. So the problem is that you're not creating your own, again, so this becomes like the followers. So this is the reason that people have interceptions to Pisces, is because they are the ones seeking the truth. They're the truth seekers. Okay, so if you have an interception to Pisces, you are seeking truth, but you're not seeking your truth, and that's where the energy blockages can actually happen. Let's see, I put a way to work through energy blockages is to have blind faith in yourself. Projections from other people, interferences with them, learning on how to ground yourself is very important. And that's why you look for the rules, is because you may have an issue with boundaries that you're unaware of. You may have really tall boundaries. Like, I don't want to go that way, because if I go that way, I already know what's going to happen. So you know what's going to happen, but are you intuitively not listening to that inner voice that says, but that's the path that you need to go down. You need to do this for that person, because we are angels when we do this act of service for other people that are in need at that time. So you're actually not allowing that light to come in you, because you're also not letting that darkness come in you either, because you were told, like, this is dark, this is light, and there is no in between. So understanding the in between is very important to this interception to Pisces. Yes, you listen to the do's and the do nots. This new moon in Pisces will create this understanding of the soul plan and the body plan off of that Virgo full moon. So this is a soul plan creating the understanding that the body is different from the soul, understanding that. They might have a fear of death behind the veil, anything. They might be God-fearing people. They need to purge, let go, and they need to submerge, let in. Okay, and that's something that they really need to be able to ground themselves. And again, they're the ones that are seeking out the helpers, the teachers, to understand what their process was. And the teachers need to understand that this is the process that they need to teach for the people that don't know how to intuitively do it themselves. And that's why this is like so important that we put out this information, because people are seeking it, and we're not millionaires. We're just trying to be one, you know? So it's like, you need to put out this information so other people can also understand that they are, they're not the sheep. They're not like, you know, motorized sheep. They are individuals. We just need to teach them differently. Sometimes that comes with that heavy programming from that Virgo interception, you know. looking for that perfect perception of I am doing what I was told to do is not always the way to go, especially if you want to unblock these energies that are holding you back from your true self, actually, from reaching your higher self, from understanding that you are able to channel just as much as anybody else is able to channel, and it's part of the spiritual awakening. I put more likely to be people that have had to live out their life lessons in order to undo karma during this lifetime. More likely to understand law and order and to follow the law and order, as always, to live but not to understand why. They don't question the why for the law. From a non-structural approach, they are looking to seek structure. They think that they want to be part. They want to be included. That's really what they're looking for, is the inclusion. So they don't go off the path. Murky waters, adventure, something to do like with not doing what you thought you were going to do, or stepping outside of your comfort zone is very important to this interception for this natal chart placement, in order to create that. So because you don't go off into the dark, you're also not going off into the light. So there is an extreme middle with you, and finding that common ground is very, very important. It's hard to find yourself. The people that are not willing to take the risks because of what your soul wants to do is to stay in a perfected path with no other options. You're taking routines with worry and anxiety. This includes like a huge issue with mental health. I put instability, but also inability to surrender to the unknown. Like, you try, even if you don't try, like, you try. And because of that, you're enabling yourself to submerge. And that was coming with the purging of the fear. Okay. So they're very extra careful. They're extra cautious people. They're very smart, very strategic as far as what is right is right. Therefore, they can be misled at times, and you have to understand that. That when this happens, they continue on the same path, and they're creating that same path over and over and over again. When they finally realize that they are on the path and that they need to submerge, they need to take in, they need to feel and resonate, and then start to realize that there is more. If this is happening where there's a lot of illusions and disillusions, that will happen first, because there's like psychotic breakthroughs that will come with this interception. There's mental breakdowns that come with this interception. There are reality checks, but also a reality is a dream state to you. So when you're in this state of dreamlike state and it's your reality, that's when this interception is actually happening to you during the time frame of the day. But you don't have to understand what the dream was meant for. That's not what that was about. What it is about is connecting to more and more of you have to connect more and more to the person that you were supposed to be, not the person that you think you're supposed to be or that they want you to be. So let's see. I put the fear of God. You have a social gatherings issue, because you can sense all of this stuff, extra sensing. The feelings and auras around you are very heightened, and that causes a lot of the fear. Also, don't feed yourself anything except for it's very important to ground yourself, meaning that you need to find a stable, common frequency that you feel comfortable at. And if you are someone who has this interception in your natal chart, it's more important for you to ground yourself than anything. And finding out what that means is actually, if I can help you, I will explain that grounding yourself means that you are no longer taking in, you are completing your feelings, your thoughts, and your behaviors first before you even do anything else, as in speak, as in physically move, as in, you just need to ground yourself. Take in the feelings that you feel, have a thought process and a little self-talk, little self-love, put yourself in your healing bubble. That's what this is all about. And by creating this, you are grounding yourself. So use your imagination, okay, if this helps you. For the first couple times that you need to do this is envision yourself in a healing bubble and create the color of love that you feel. And this protects you. So meditation is very, very important as well, and creating it in a day-to-day ritual or a night-to-night ritual and a mantra, constantly saying it over and over again. I love myself. I have boundaries. I am protecting myself. I am protected. These are affirmations that you need to tell yourself constantly. I am, I am, I am. I know, I know, I know. So, again, there are partnerships that you create to see yourself in order to feel yourself. So this means that you seek people that are God-like to you or that you seek to be. And those are the people that you follow in this interception. So go with the good, not with the bad. So you want to, I put order, God, you, oh yeah. So in situations, it's time to go on a deeper level. And that's what you're going to be learning throughout this new moon process and all of this transit to Neptune in Pisces as well. Because that's going to be more of a generational trauma that is going to turn into the reality dream of spirituality. Okay, so your trauma as not thinking that you are spiritual or not knowing how to live in a day-to-day routine becomes more spiritual to you. So during these times that Neptune is in Pisces, you're actually going to be excelling through your Pisces interception throughout this way, but it's going to become like a feeling of an illusion at times because you're so used to that structure and you need to let go of it. You are very much, people do ridicule you, but you are a very smart and curious person, and you have the logical thinking and the ethical backgrounds, and you have more of like how you handle things is very, very precise, and that comes with that Virgo interception, okay? But you can miss the mysteries of the universe. You can miss universal language. You can miss out on learning how to become your higher self, how to comfort that inner child, how to excel from that point. You're missing like the grounding. These things that you're looking for can possibly be looking for a title as far as like, what am I? What type of a person am I? And then going in from there. So this is like a personality thing where you want to fit into a category versus just understanding that there are no categories, that we are all individual pieces to a bigger puzzle. And that's why we're supposed to be individual. So for this new moon in Pisces, it's to understand how the soul and spirit are connected. You may need structural feelings everywhere that you go, but you are always going to be the student if you don't excel into becoming a little bit of your understanding of your knowing. If you are there and that there's no reason to let go right now, you don't have to let go into the unknown. You can actually start to understand that the reasons the things are happening to you are because of this amazing time that we're in. Now is the time. So for the new moon in Pisces, this is going to be on the 13th of this year, March 13th, 2021. The new moon in Pisces is at 23 degrees. The moon and sun are at 23 degrees. We also have the Venus in Pisces, and we have Neptune in Pisces. And for the thing that we're going through is that first the moon conjuncts Venus. First the sun conjuncts Neptune. So it says, I am and I dream, the soul plan. And then it moves into the interesting thing is that it moves into the moon. And when the moon comes into Pisces, it's going to conjunct Venus, it's going to conjunct Neptune, and then it's going to conjunct the sun. But Venus and Neptune are also conjuncting on the same day that the sun and the moon are conjuncting. So the new moon in Pisces is saying, I am, I feel, I love, and I dream of the soul plan. And the sun is going to be charged by Neptune first, like I said, on March 10th and 11th. I dream and I am the soul plan. I feel and dream the soul plan. I am and feel the soul plan. I dream and I love the soul plan. Can you imagine what the babies that are being born during this new moon are going to feel for their lifetime? It's going to be so amazing. So I think and grow and achieve through the mind builder. I act the mind planner, and I evolve the bodybuilder, and I empower the body boss. And that's what our new moon is in Pisces is saying. So we have Chiron in Aries at 7 degrees, and this is going to make us feel like the spirit boss of the wounded healer. So we are healing spirit right now, because even spirit needs prayers, okay? Lilith is in Taurus at 15 degrees. We have the North and South nodes at 15 degrees as well, but they're in Gemini and Sagittarius. I put that the thing is that we have the semi-sextile to Jupiter and Venus. So this is growth and expansion and wisdom and love that are alike, but they may not feel completely alike. So they're two different categories, but in a likely understanding. So that's like when two extremes meet the middle, they're meeting in the middle. They might, and they know that they come from separate ends. Okay, so our new moon in Pisces is again on March 13th, 2021. This was our interceptions to Pisces. And we still have to carry out those mantras from the Virgo full moon, understanding that we know who we are and who our truth is. We just need to live it. So creating that day-to-day balance that I know I am evolving. I know I have intuition. I know I have spirit in me. Now we are creating that that equalness that we need for ourselves, and putting it out into our community may be what these transits are pushing us towards. Again, we're looking at the soul plan right now in Pisces, and we're letting it lead the way. So this is the new moon in Pisces and interceptions to Pisces in your natal chart, or even in our day-to-day, like when it comes down to it, like I said, we can skip that minute and feel that interception ourselves. Okay? So, happy new moon, love and light. This is Danny Rams from Maverick Spirit Astrology. This is hilarious.